Island vibes month.
Yeah. She figured since we enjoyed that, she just kept it. We haven't been flagged for it, so we get to go. Yes. Welcome to another live session at the Blunt Lab. I'm joined by my brothers Marcus and Rick. What's going on, fellas?
Hola, ¿cómo está?
Yeah, Gabe's a little under the weather. Matt has
Get better
abandoned us.
soon. Get better soon, Gabe.
No, we're just messing with you. Matt had got caught up with some stuff, so he can't be with us tonight either.
I miss you, Matthew.
But yeah, fella. Should we say no Diddy after saying those kind of things? I never know.
You're supposed to.
I don't think you should.
Either way.
Unless you're saying something real sus. Saying you miss your brother, that's sus. Okay. We saying something like, man, we like to take it all.
All about knowing the intent.
You might need to pause something like that, depending on the words.
Take it all in, huh?
Yeah, that's a definite no Diddy. Pause. No replay, no resume.
It'd be really hard to not go along with that.
Bro,
yeah, we figured it.
Did you ever see that Jason Terry interview, post game? He was like, "We sucked the D in." Just stuff with their bigs. It was like, "Hey, yo, bro." That man said, "Suck the D in."
The worst is the football announcers. Oh my god.
Oh,
yeah,
they're
terrible. And I think they do it on purpose.
They do it on purpose sometimes.
Yeah.
I think they do it on
hold
purpose.
That big, whoa, jeez
Louise.
Really?
Oh, 9 men penetrated the box.
Yeah, penetrating the box.
They know what they're doing. They know what they're doing. They know what they're doing.
They can't.
But let's get right into it. Daredevil, episode 7.
Yeah.
So normally I don't like, we don't like to have discussions, but before the show. But Rick had mentioned how he only got halfway through it, and that Daredevil isn't keeping his attention. Marcus,
there's only two characters that I enjoy watching. I like watching Vincent, but the show it's not right. Let me just use something we've watched recent that is in the same realm. Penguin, I was like, ooh, is it next weekend? You know what I mean? Like, oh, I can't fucking wait. And Daredevil's like, oh really? Oh my god, it's so slow. Like, that's how it's just slow. Maybe that's what it is.
It's slow burning. I think it's slow.
I believe it's because they have 18 episodes to fill. So that's why I was like that bank robbery episode.
Mm-hmm.
When folks were like, that was a throwaway episode. I mean, I don't know what you want for 18 episodes. There's
characters.
They got to get as long as the fillers are good. I don't mind.
Well, they're taking their time building up the story,
And this one here, I know they were going into what White Tiger's niece a little bit, and what had happened to her, and you see kind of where that's going. Now I want to go into Kingpin's wife.
Mm.
Do you guys think that she's power hungry?
For sure.
And do you think that she's power hungry enough to betray him?
I'm sure we'll come to that. Does that mean she will? Like, I think they're going to tease that. You know what I mean? Like, they'll build it up like it could.
So I think they teased it in this episode. Oh, well, yeah, you didn't.
I don't think she would. She knows the man that he is, like the reformed version of that man. Like, it's not going to bode well for her if she were to betray him. So I don't think she would.
You saw what he did to the dude that banged her.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, a gangster got to be a gangster.
I think she set, was it Luca? I think she set him up because he was getting a little bit disrespectful. So
he is disrespectful.
I mean, he was. He's gone now.
Like in a situation where she put you in a position to make money, you see what they're trying to do on the political and legal side, if you will. Why are you making that much noise when they're still allowing you to do what you do? Like, dude, how stupid are you? That's just greed right there. So
yeah,
he got what was coming to him. He certainly got what was coming to him.
What's his
now I'm interested.
What's Fist's right hand man? I can't remember what his name is. The English guy.
I can't either. Yeah, but
Hey, he's a savage, bro. He's about that action.
Well, this is
every
written by a woman, so you got to factor
good.
that in. You know what I mean?
Every crew needs a guy like him.
Yeah.
Every crew.
Yeah. Because he's sensible. He's sensible, but he's also willing to go to where it needs to go,
And that's why every crew.
And honestly, it keeps the Kingpin, it keeps his hands clean, per se.
Mm-hmm.
Even though he's responsible for what happened, you have somebody that's, like I said, sensible. I already was talking to him like, hey, man, like, you're not a part of that no more, But it's like, yeah, well, there's still ways to go around it, good about it. So, and like, I was excited watching this episode. It was like how quickly Daredevil figured out who it was, where she was, all that. Like, it took the police. And my thing was like, why are they taking so long to get in there? Like, they saw this man fly through that window, and they just taking their sweet ass time to get in there. Like, dude, if Daredevil wasn't there, she's gone.
Yeah.
And Muse he got what he wanted. Like, he laid out that canvas. He wanted to do a blood portrait. He got it. I mean, it was his blood, but he got it though.
He got what he wanted. And I'm glad she did him the way she did too.
Bro, he had to be put down. I know Daredevil was like noble. He doesn't want to do that. That's more Punisher's thing. Like, nah, bro. Some of these villains, like, they got to be put down. There's no like, oh, I'll lock him up and we keep it moving. No. He's got to go. He's got to go. Yeah.
Gotta go.
That kid's a good actor. I like the kid that played the Muse. Like,
oh yeah. And I mean, I automatically knew he was the Muse.
Oh yeah.
In every shot that he was in, I was like, yeah, his eyeballs.
Yeah.
Essentially the eyeballs.
And he did look scary. Like, he did look like I felt like the character, like they got the design of it right, because he did look like off-putting, like.
Now, do we know if in reality mental health specialists still operate the way she did on the show? Because that's really, unfortunately, that's an unsafe position to be put in.
Yeah.
When you're trying to help someone and then their intent is that of the Muses, like,
well,
what do you do in a situation?
Yeah, I mean, I think that's something that they accept in that job.
I think they should be strapped. Like gun, like I wouldn't be opposed to them having the gun in hand.
Yeah.
Just for shit like that.
And he was pretty nice, like, fighting was. Like, he was like a Taekwondo master or whatever. Like, he was pretty decent. He gave Matt everything you wanted.
He certainly did. Especially for somebody who didn't like to learn Taekwondo. To be that good at it.
And one of my other takeaways was, like, with the way that it went down and Kingpin arriving and being like, well, this task force, this anti-vigilante task force is responsible for, stopping the Muse. Like, it all goes into his agenda. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, if it doesn't lead to him being essentially like the street level Thanos or whatever big villain you could think of, like, he should be in Spider-Man's movies. He was in Hawkeye, he's in Daredevil, he should be in Punisher. Like, he should cross over into everybody that's in New York, because it's essentially going to come back to him. Everything nefarious is going to come back to him in some way, form, or
they're
fashion.
setting it up that way. It looks like they're setting it up that way.
Setting that in motion, for sure. And it would be cool to catch him in the multiverse too, like where he has a different role.
Yeah.
And
I know Hugh had mentioned that my girl wasn't in the previews to Doomsday, but she was in the end credits of Miss Marvel, to where Miss Marvel was recruiting her. So I expect her to be.
But I think a lot of the cast in Doomsday, I think it's telling, because there's a lot of the original X-Men, like the only original Avenger is Thor, like Ant-Man. There's certain people that. Yeah, like there's certain people that are being left out on purpose because if my theory is what I think it is, like I think for Doctor Doom to be as formidable as he should be, like I'm assuming he's gonna wipe out at least 75% of the superheroes that are in this
Yeah,
movie.
that's why they got a bunch of people in there that can die.
Permanent deaths, not like Infinity
Multiverse.
War.
That's it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
multiverse. Like this version of that character is gone. You know,
Mm.
so I think like certain people not being a part of it, like Spider-Man's not in it, but he's going to continue. You know what I mean? Like you said, Haley Steinfeld's, Kate Bishop's not in it. But they've already started to introduce the Young Avengers like to each other, like Daredevil. You know, messing around with Miss Marvel's father. So
Yep.
I don't know. Like I'm enjoying the Daredevil. Like I understand where Rick's coming from though. Like it is
I don't
definitely
hate
a
it.
slow burn.
I don't hate it.
No. Yeah, it's definitely a slow burn though. Like I think they're building to something. I honestly thought it was gonna be the Muse until like the last couple of episodes, and I was like, well, once like maybe he's the catalyst to bring Matt back to Daredevil. You know what I mean? Like he's the thing that made him realize, well, I'm necessary. But Kingpin's
I
gonna
think that's
be
going to
like,
be Kingpin.
oh no, yeah, and like we were saying in the last pod, like the symbolism of him and Kingpin, like both becoming who they really are, and like how they sync the fights up and everything, like
And the fact that they know who one another.
yeah,
So I'm interested to see how that plays out.
yeah.
For me,
By
I'm
the way,
still enjoying it.
In the beginning, Kingpin was like, when he had the realization about Daredevil, that was you could tell
He's
he
like,
was
you
gearing
can
up.
see in his face, he's pissed. He's like, oh, this motherfucker has the fucking audacity to put.
Mhm.
He's like, okay,
Mhm.
okay, I got you. I love it. I love it. I'm enjoying it. You know, again, that's Daredevil on Disney Plus. Check
That
that
fight
out.
scene was tense, bro.
Oh,
I was
yeah.
sitting there like, oh my goodness, is he gonna make it there in time? Like shit. Just like with White Tiger's niece. I thought she was a
I
goner.
thought she was dead. I thought she was dead.
I'm like, hey man, this man, he is a great detective. And like, I don't know, like I feel like I said in the last recording, he was like born for that role. Like I can't imagine somebody else playing it now. It's kind of like Barenthal as the Punisher. Like we've seen other iterations of it, but this is the
Mhm.
best that it looked. So, you know, shout
By
out to
far. Yeah, by
Charlie
far
Cox.
the best Punisher.
Yeah.
And Charlie Cox is yeah,
Mhm.
because I don't see anybody else playing Daredevil.
Mhm.
There's nobody that can come close to playing Daredevil as well as he plays it.
And you know, like Rick mentioned the multiverse. You know, the sad part is like with the multiverse, they could have brought back Michael Clark Duncan's Kingpin, and like you know, like a kind of multiverse thing. But you know, considering he
passed.
passed, like that sucks because that would have been cool. Because like I'm cool with seeing Ben Affleck's Daredevil come back, even if it's just
Look,
a one-off. Like anybody that's been in a Marvel movie over the last 20 years, I would love to see them in the movie.
Yeah, the cameo is worth seeing.
Yeah, just the fan service of it. And like I
mm,
said, I have a feeling like they brought back that original X-Men cast. Oh, they're not long for this world, bro. They're not long for this world. They're gonna redo the X-Men. We know that. So
Right.
that's an easy way to tie it up. And like I said, it makes Doom become more terrorizing or more of a terror. Like, damn, he's over here killing our heroes left and right, and they're not coming back. This ain't no Infinity Snap, nah, bro. Like I'm taking you out of the multiverse.
and you done.
Like you done. So I'm excited
Done
about it, man.
ski. Yeah, me too. Me too.
Dr. Doom, bitch.
Yeah.
So again, check that out. Disney Plus, Daredevil.
Mm-hmm.
Now, second on the agenda. I'll let you guys decide. You want to talk the Floyd fantasy or the werewolf fantasy?
Floor is yours, brothers.
These were yours, Al. I would say close it out with the fantasy, because there ain't nothing fantasy about Floyd Mayweather. That shit's just dreams.
Yeah, pretty much. So yeah, the question is if Floyd was around the time the Four Horsemen were, would he be as relevant? And do you think he could beat any of these Four Horsemen?
No.
And by Four Horsemen, we'll start off with Sugar Ray Leonard. The
I think
second
he
one,
could beat
Tommy
him.
Hearns. You think he would beat Leonard? I don't. You saw what Leonard did to his pops. I think it
Yeah,
would be
but
just the same.
I'm saying, are we talking like Floyd Mayweather peak? Like
Well,
at
yeah,
his peak greatness? Who's hitting him?
And these guys are at their peak too now.
No, I get that. But like I'll say this, I don't think Floyd would be undefeated if he was in that era. I think he would still be relevant. Maybe not what he is because of the record, but I think he'd still be relevant. Because
I don't think he beats Leonard.
He is gifted, you know.
And the other horseman, Tom Hearns.
I don't know about Tommy Hearns. Maybe not.
I believe he would avoid Hearns the same way he did Paul Williams.
That's just
and I think Hearns.
I don't see him getting in the ring with those guys. If you take today's mentality, Floyd Money Mayweather, and try to put him with those guys, he ain't gonna fight. He ain't gonna fight him.
And then Hagler.
No, that's the one I say automatically no. Like he's not beating that. Bro, Hagler to me is undefeated. Does that Sugar Ray win? I don't count that. Hagler is undefeated to me. That dude was, and Tommy Hearns is a cheat code. To be that size at a welterweight or like lightweight, whatever they were fighting at, like that's a cheat code. Because like, I think he would have beat Duran. Mr. No Mas. I think he would have beat him.
With the Duran fight, I believe that would have been a back and forth. If Floyd chose to fight the way he fought Miguel Cotto and exchange blows, but I still think Duran would win. Because if Floyd is going to choose to exchange blows with Duran, now mind you, I don't know if you've seen these guys at their peak and watched some of their fights back then. These guys existed at the same time. These guys fought each other.
But that speed that Floyd has, like, there was nobody in that era that had that kind of speed. You know what I mean?
Sugar Ray.
Sugar Ray, yeah. No, I see what you mean. But, I mean, you got to think about Floyd, like, when he was Pretty Boy Floyd, like, he was going in there throwing with people. You know what I mean? Like, he'd go in there and actually box. Once he became Money Mayweather, you know, he started to pick his fights different. He started to become a completely defensive fighter. But think about, like, the Zab Judah fight. Zab was giving him work. Zab, I don't know if people understand how nice he was. Like, he was a little stupid, but he was definitely gifted. And Zab was giving him work until he kept low blowing him. And they stopped the fight for that little bit, and then it was a wrap. Like, he didn't get no more offense off. Did he fight Shane Mosley? I feel like he did.
Yeah, he fought Shane Mosley. I mean, Shane Mosley. Yeah, Shane Mosley was old. And Shane Mosley got the first 2 rounds, and then after that, Floyd figured him out.
Well, that's the thing. Like, I think Hagler would knock him out early.
Hearns would knock him out.
Yeah, same with Tommy Hearns. Sugar Ray and Duran, I feel like because of how they were as boxers, like they're not going in there for a kill shot. So if you get into that science with Floyd, like his speed. And like he might be illiterate according to 50 Cent, but the dude is very intelligent in that ring, though.
His ring IQ is insane.
Yeah. I feel like he figured those guys out. But
and look, that's because of his father and his uncle.
Okay? Yo, so do you think he would beat his dad?
Who, Floyd?
Yeah.
I don't think so.
I think he'd wash him.
I think Daddy would whoop his ass.
I got a question to tie to this question. Who from this era would you think could fight with those 4 horsemen? Like Pacquiao. Would Pacquiao be a good fight against these guys?
Oh, yes.
It'd be a good fight to watch.
Yes.
It'd be very exciting.
Yes, he would.
The winner and the loser is debatable.
Now, the only person on this list that I think that Pacquiao would have a real big problem with, and that would be Hagler.
Yeah.
Because I'm with you on this. I was not really a Hagler fan, but when you watch tape on this dude, This dude was an absolute monster.
You're forgetting about Rocky Marciano. You're forgetting about Rocky Marciano.
Didn't Hagler
That's
knock
like
Tommy Hearns
somebody
out?
bringing up Joe Calzaghe. You know, like
Didn't Hagler knock Tommy Hearns out? If I'm not
I
mistaken.
believe so.
And it was early in the fight too.
Mhm.
Yeah, he was like for that weight class, he was a monster, man. Like he was horrifying. And that's why I think like he watching that fight back with the Sugar Ray fight, considering who Sugar Ray was and how we all know that boxing is a fixed sport. Like I'm gonna say it's predetermined. Like I mean, to a degree, I think it is predetermined, especially like when one guy is the golden boy of the ring and like people love Sugar Ray. And Marvin was just a beast. Like he just go in there, get his work done, keep it moving.
Mhm.
Like the fact that they gave him that fight and like Hagler retired after that. I don't know, man. Like we watched the Timothy Bradley Pacquiao fights,
Ugh.
and in no world did Bradley win either one of those fights. But
Until this day,
yeah.
till this day, he brings that up. He'll bring that fight up as if he won it. Like, dude, it's okay for the judges to give you the fight, but as a man,
yeah,
if you admit that you got your ass whooped and you got at that point, I respect you. But the fact that you said, "Yeah, I beat him twice,"
that's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
like
get
boxing
the fuck out of here.
is so political and it's so fixed. Like I don't know. I think it's a good question to think about though, because I think he would beat Duran and Sugar Ray. I think he'd beat both of them. But
I don't think he beats any dude. To watch what Sugar Ray did to his pops, and his pops was nice too, man.
Yeah, that's true.
Okay, Floyd's pops was nice too.
That's true.
And it's not like he was on his way out the door. Sugar Ray put his hands on him.
Hey, I might just be a Sugar Ray hater, bro. I don't know.
I think you are.
I might
and,
just be.
and look, we all know that Al's a petty son of a bitch. I don't like Floyd Mayweather as a boxer. I don't like the hype that everybody puts behind Floyd Mayweather at all. Now, he may be a nice guy. I hear he's really good to his people. You know, hey, all that's fine and dandy. But I don't care that you retired undefeated. Joe Calzaghe did the same thing. Rocky Marciano did the same thing. That doesn't say much. Because we know what you did, homie. We know what you did. So, yeah, I don't like Floyd as a fighter. I'm not saying I don't like him as a man, but as a fighter, yeah, I don't think he beats any of these dudes.
I think he beat two of them. I think he beat 2 out of the 4.
Hey, look. Who was a bum back then? Can't remember. I can't remember that white fella's name that Sugar Ray ruined. I think it was like Donnie something. Yeah, maybe.
I think I know what you're talking about. Yeah,
maybe that guy. But the 4 Horsemen, Floyd Mayweather ain't beating these guys. And, of course, we'll never know. This is just our opinion. But I'm just seeing the kind of fighter that Floyd is. Seeing what these guys, and, back then, granted, boxing was still kind of corrupt in a way or whatever. But, again, a lot of these guys still couldn't avoid one another if they wanted to get paid.
That's true.
The way Floyd Mayweather avoided folks, these guys couldn't do that back then.
But Floyd was pretty good, man. Like, I know he was picking fights towards the end, and I get that. But I'm saying, like...
Not towards the end. He was picking fights, period.
But I'm saying, like, to get to that 50, like, at least 35 of them were, like... Nah, he was fighting who was available. Like, he was fighting the next guy up.
Paul Williams was always available.
But that one I can't say. I can't. But like Bud Crawford, no, I don't think Floyd needs to fight him because he's probably gonna get washed. But it's like, why at this point?
Even in his prime, Floyd would get washed by Bud. Even in his prime. I sent you a video. What do you got? I sent you a video, Marcus, just to remind you of Errol Spence and Bud Crawford thing. You just need to see it. You just need to see it again. Because Errol Spence was talking about he can go into the Hall of Fame. Like, really, dude? Really?
Errol Spence is a Hall of Famer, man. He's a Hall of Famer.
Stop it.
Don't say that. He was great, bro.
I almost want to stop. I almost want to stop this show right now.
Don't
Hall of Fame.
Don't do my guy like that, man. Like, come on, man.
Hall of Fame.
Come on, man. He was, bro. He's only got one L. To arguably the best fighter in pound for pound in the world.
Best.
Arguably.
Hey, it turns out that car accident might be related to that rapper that was recently murdered. They were saying that he might have been running away from that guy.
I saw that. Yeah, I saw something about that.
Yeah. I mean, this is all alleged. I don't know.
With Bud and Canelo.
I'm nervous about that. But Canelo's a little older.
He is. He got that power.
See, you're just a Bud hater. You're just a Bud hater. That's what that is.
No, I just feel like he deserves what is gonna happen to him.
You want to bet some money?
We can bet $1.
I wonder if there's a way for us to like stream not stream, but watch the fight while we do the show. Do you think we'll get flagged or something like that?
No.
Mm-mm.
You're not putting the if you put the screen on there, it has to be there's a percentage, right? So you can only play if you play more than a certain percentage of the broadcast or show percentage worth of clips, except of your show. Then you have to have permission. But if us sitting there talking about it, no.
Okay. Maybe we should do that. I'll bet you $1. I got Bud Crawford on it, buddy.
I ain't counting Canelo. I don't think Bud makes it out of the 5th round.
Ooh, really?
Oh, the odds just got stiff. You might have to go to $1.25, Al.
For real.
I'm thinking my favorite number, $7.50.
$7.50. It ain't $7.50. It's $7.50.
We up the ante. But hey, if you're out there listening, or if you're listening later on, let us know who you think. Do you think Floyd could have fared well against the 4 Horsemen? Ray Leonard, Tommy Hearns, Hagler, Duran. I say no. He would have got his ass whooped by all 4 of them. And Floyd, if you want to come on the show and talk about it, feel free. What's that, Rick?
I take it back to he probably wouldn't have been fighting those guys the way he fought today. No way.
I don't think so. I know Marcus is a Floyd lover.
No, I'm actually not a huge fan of his fighting style. Like it's boring as shit.
Yep.
But
damn sure is.
That's what I mean. But I can't be mad at him for fighting that way. Like you're gonna get paid way more than any other boxer, and you're not taking damage. Like seems really smart to me. I mean, it's not entertaining, but.
And I think all 4 of these guys would have damaged him.
No,
he would have started his career one way, and he would have ended up sounding like Riddick Bowe, the way Riddick Bowe did at the end.
Oh, rest in peace, George Foreman.
Yeah.
Since we're talking about boxers, he died about a week and a half ago.
George Foreman and Val Kilmer, dude.
Val Kilmer, yeah. R.I.P. Val.
AKA Batman.
The thing with Val, I loved him in Batman, but the thing with Val for me was he was a big part of the 80s for me, when I was younger, and that white, Real Genius, for example, I just, like this was one that I mourned the loss of because he was just a consummate artist. And you never heard nothing bad about him. Like he was never tabloid shit, no partying shit. He was an actor. He was a legitimate actor. So yeah, rest in peace.
He's in I don't know. I won't say it's one of Marcus's favorite, but it's one of mine because Marcus and I would quote it a lot. But he was in The Saint with Elizabeth Shue.
Elizabeth Shue.
That's literally his version of Mission Impossible, essentially.
Yeah,
man, great movie, dude. Great, and he was. I love the Batman. I love his Batman. Say what you will about it.
It's not bad,
is it?
Really?
Yeah, I had all his movies on VHS, all of them. Matt Mardigan, like Willow. I mean,
yeah, I loved him in Tombstone. Like that's one of my favorites.
Tombstone, that Doc Hollywood that'll be the Doc Hollywood for a long time. There won't be the other ones that have been in other movies just were not him.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what this age generation is. That's the Doc Hollywood. That's the Doc Hollywood label.
Right, you said it perfectly, bro. Like he was an artist. Like he was a consummate artist. Like every role he was in, like it's not Val Kilmer in that role. It's the character that he's playing. Like he was able to like transcend it. So R.I.P. Val Kilmer, man. That
without the
sucks.
craziness and the shenanigans, because a lot of these method actors that we know about and hear about today, they're all shot the fuck out. You know what I mean? Like,
that's true. That is very true.
Yeah, he will be missed.
Top Gun, man.
Yeah, bro. Yeah.
You can be my wingman anytime.
Yeah.
He was a good
Rest in
douchebag in that
peace.
movie. You know, think about how good of a douchebag
he was.
he was in that movie.
Like, he was sick towards the end, though.
He got throat cancer.
Throat cancer.
And he wasn't able to really talk for the last decade or so of alive. He was he's one of the few like celebrities, if you will, that I follow on social media. And he got real big into like photography. So he would go places and took pictures everywhere. And he always wore the scarf. You know, if you've seen in the last 15 years or so, he had a scarf around his neck because of that. He got to cameo in Top Gun, you know, but he was texting. Remember, he didn't talk. He was texting the whole time with Tom Cruise.
Yeah, that scene. If you didn't almost cry, like, damn, you heartless son of a bitch.
Yeah.
Heartless.
But you know what? We didn't say. I'll just say one more thing about him. And this role will forever be notched in history. Him as Jim Morrison. He was a better Jim Morrison than Jim Morrison was.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
I forgot about that.
Just like, I don't know, like he's, you know, he trained his voice so he could sing the songs. So that's him singing in the movie, the whole night. Like he was the man in that role.
The dude was a talent, bro.
Yeah.
The dude was a talent.
Hell yeah, he was, man.
Rest in peace.
Right.
George Foreman, rest in peace.
If he's not like in pain no more, if he was going through it these last few years, like I'm glad that he's not. Like he has some peace now, because that shit's brutal, man. Last like time I saw him like in Top Gun, like in these last few years, like it didn't look like him anymore. Like it was, but you know what I mean? Like he just like you could tell like the shit has been taking its toll on him.
Like between him and Chadwick, you could just tell like something was wrong towards the end there. Which, you know. Yeah, rest in peace, man. Now, before we go into our next topic, I want to thank everyone for the birthday wishes, birthday calls, birthday texts, birthday messages.
Happy birthday, Al.
Yeah, I appreciate that. Yes. Yours is coming up. Yours is coming up, buddy. I watched a couple of movies. I'm not going to go too deep into detail, but the first one being The Crow with
Pennywise.
Yes. Yeah. 2 out of 5 blunts.
Oh my.
The movie didn't get good until like maybe the last 10 minutes, if you really want to say good. I mean, compared to the rest of the movie, the last 10 minutes was the best part of it.
Wow.
Which sucks because the cast was pretty good.
Were you trying to live it up to the original?
Here's the thing. Okay, here's the thing. In the original, the crow, you get to see through the crow's eyes. The crow actually helps him out. In this one, you see the crow. You might get a peek of what the crow's looking at, but then that's pretty much it. And then, you know, the crow's in other scenes, you know, whatever. But the crow wasn't used in this movie the way it was used in the original. As to where if you hurt the crow, you hurt him type deal. Right. Yeah. No. I didn't mind the demonic direction that they were going with this.
I had that in the original too.
You know. As to where, you know, in the original he was going after men, as to where in this one he's actually going after a demon. Yeah, 2 out of 5 blunts. Yeah, not good. Not that good. Not that good. Second movie, because one of my hall passes was in it, Halle Berry. This one was, and it's a horror. You know, I'm always looking for a good horror flick. Yeah, this was an awesome disappointment. An awesome disappointment. 1.5 out of 5 blunts.
What's the name of it?
Never Let Go. It's on Stars.
Okay.
Yeah. Not that good. Not good.
Hmm.
Not good at all. 1.5 out of 5
Oh,
months.
that
Yeah.
sounds like a Hallmark movie or something.
I think it's like Never Let Go.
Is it newer?
Yeah. Just came out. Not good.
Oh, okay.
I mean, if you want to waste you're better off watching Madam Web over this shit. To be honest with you, if you want to watch garbage, go ahead and watch Madam Web or Hot Frosty again. Feel free.
No, jeez.
Yeah, that's basically on that level right there. But yeah, let's play make believe. Now, on this show I get pegged as Homelander a lot. But if you're a fan of Vampire Diaries and the spin-off The Originals, you'd probably peg me for Klaus, who's a character on the show, along with Damon. So here we're going to play around with, if you had the choice, what would you rather be? Vampire, werewolf, or witch? Who'd like to go first? And if you're out there listening, feel free to chime in too. Go ahead, fellas. Who's first?
Go ahead, Marcus. After you, my man.
Okay. So I have to qualify it. And in what universe or what lore are we talking about? Vampires, werewolves.
I'll leave that up to your favorite lore. Your favorite version of whatever you'd like to be. I mean, we all know you want to be a Twilight vampire on the inside.
Well, I'm saying if you were a witch, you'd be like a warlock, right?
Somewhat. Just tell me what world you'd be.
I think I might take the warlock route, man. Magic, witchcraft. Then again, it has got some darkness to it. I say I don't want to be a werewolf because
Red Rocket.
I don't want to be an animal. Yeah, the Red Rocket. Yeah, I don't want to be like a beast. But if I was like a Blade kind of vampire where I could daywalk, that might be kind of lit. But again,
now, see,
do I have to feed on blood to?
I'll help you. I'll help you with that because in the Vampire Diary world, the vampires can walk around in the daytime with a witch's help by making a daylight ring or an object that they can wear to help them walk in the daylight. So you have the option in walking in the daylight in the Vampire Diary world.
What about a hybrid? Could I be a vampire?
Oh, you can't.
Witch hybrid.
What about Underworld? That's a werewolf vampire.
Underworld's a good one. That's true. That is true.
If that's where you want to go with it too. Now, I'm glad you asked that, Marcus, because for me, having watched Vampire Diaries, there is a particular creature, if you will, that was born a witch but died and became vampire. So they call them heretics. So now, see, with witches, a lot of witches draw their power from nature and need cosmic events and certain things like that to draw their power to do magic with.
Oh yeah.
When you die, you lose connection. Hugh, that sounds like a very disrespectful question.
There you go, Hugh.
I bust his chops all the time. That's that's one of my favorite shows.
Hey, Hugh, if you like soap operas, yeah, it can be. But I love the fact that I got my wife into it. Now, when certain characters and certain things draw emotion from you, but you still can't take your eyes away from it, you like the show.
Well, yeah.
There's certain things about the show my wife can't stand, but she can't stop watching. But I give them a chance. I give them a chance because I learned in high school.
Trick us into watching them too.
Hey, well, if I gotta watch it, you gotta watch it too. I mean, if I got
what's the definition of a chick flick though? Is it like a rom-com per se, or is it?
Yes, rom-com.
Yeah, for the most.
What's the other rom-com?
I can dig a rom-com here and there.
Yeah,
Like,
for the
not
most
all
part.
the
And like
time.
with Vampire Diaries, if you can get past like the first season and a half, like the Saved by the Bellish type shit,
Mhm.
things kind of get more adult. It stays soap opera-ish, but adulty. But everything is like when you watch some of these characters like Klaus, you were asking about hybrids. He is half werewolf, half vampire, which makes
Mm,
him more powerful than anyone else. He can't
mm,
be killed, but he's part of the originals. So he
okay.
originally couldn't die anyway. But the fact that he's the first hybrid, he can't die. Now you can be that, which enables you to control not having to turn into that animal, but you still have vampire cravings. Now going into that, for me, I would rather be a vampire / witch
Yeah.
because the heretics still have access to magic and still
So
have
you need blood to like for sustenance, right?
That's
Yeah, I
Dark
don't
Vader.
mind. I don't. Hey, you know me, man. I don't mind. There's far too many people walking around. We need to balance things out. There's
Right?
plenty of there's plenty of food, bro. There's plenty of food. I don't mind feeding on motherfuckers.
So instead
That's
of
what
Homelander, you're Thanos.
I would be like
I believe in the
The
balance, brother.
hybrid.
I think I would do the hybrid thing. Warlock, witch / vampire. I would want to be a werewolf. I mean, it looks cool, but
Would you be okay feeding on people?
I mean that's a part of it. I mean, can I
Mm.
turn people? Can you like in their lore? Can they turn people?
The vampires, yes.
Yeah, okay.
Werewolves, no.
So I mean, yeah,
Witches,
like
witches, you have to be born to a coven. Now, here's the thing about the vampires in Vampire Diaries. With the originals, anyone who was turned from their bloodline, if one of the originals dies, everyone within that line dies.
Well, yeah, that's how it works. You kill the head vampire and all of his
hmm
same premise.
Now they were able, spoiler. I mean, this show's been out for forever, but a witch was able to break that spell because, of course, that spell was put in by a witch. Blah blah blah. But they were able to break that. But the heretics are extremely rare because, again, you can't be dead and have access to magic. So the fact that they can still have access to magic.
But like, if you were a hybrid vampire witch, couldn't you have some kind of magic or spells to you don't have to feed, or you don't have to feed on humans? Like you can feed on animals.
I mean, you can take that dab, but that'll weaken you because one of the co-characters on the show, because he has an addiction, they label that the Ripper on the show. He tries to feed on animals instead of humans because once he starts feeding on humans, he
Mm,
feeds on them till they die, and he basically rips their head off and then
mm,
tries to put him back together because he feels bad at the end. And yeah, it's
no.
a
Post name clarity.
it's a it's a whole thing. So he prefers to feed on animals, but what that does is like how in True Blood you can compel.
Yeah.
In this one, if you're feeding on animals and not human blood, it really won't work right, if you will. And
Mm.
you're not as strong as the other vampires feeding on human blood. So you don't want to be. I mean, look,
I mean, there's enough bad people out there
yeah,
to like. I mean,
and look, you can feed and not kill somebody.
yeah.
So you can find your own personal human blood bag and, or
Or you can
on the
use
show.
like the synthetic blood.
See, now
It's
you're
not
talking
gonna
about
give.
tofu. You're talking about tofu. You
It's
know
not
what I
gonna give you
mean?
the nutrients you need. I see
Yeah.
what you're saying. I see
You
what you
know,
mean.
nobody wants tofu.
You need a straight from the tap. I got you.
You know what I mean? What about you, Rick? What would you want to be?
Man, listen.
And you
I
too,
think
Hugh. What would you want to be? You want to play the game.
Yeah.
I'm 100% with Marcus in that I wouldn't want to be the uncontrollable beast that a werewolf is. They do have some cool traits,
Mm-hmm.
but at the end of the day, it's not very controllable. If you go back and look at some of the older werewolf involved movies and whatnot, there were times where they would have elements of control or this, that, and the third. Teen Wolf was pretty cool. I think that Werewolf might have been doable. But the Twilight Boys, other than the Great Tan, they were fucking useless too. So I'm out on the Werewolf. Moving on. So to include Witch in that, you have to first understand that out of the three, we know witches exist, right? We know they exist for a fact. Now, if I was going to be a witch, wizard, warlock like Merlin or Gandalf or one of these motherfuckers or something like that, that's kind of enticing. They do live a few hundred years, and you know, so between that and the vampire thing, the only real reason to be a vampire is they live a lot of generations and they typically have a lot of bread and get a lot of pussy. So that would be kind of cool. But if I'm gonna pick one out of the three, gotta pick it. I'm going warlock. You know, I'm gonna be a witch.
He says the same thing. He says he'd be a warlock. He can't deal with the blood. Now me, as a vampire, even if again, if I'm gonna go by Vampire Diary lore, once you hunger for the blood, after that first sip, that's like a milkshake, bro. You know what I mean? Now, me personally, because of now again, if you're a fan of the show, Klaus and Damon, if you see the way they react, like if there's certain things, the way they react to them and how they handle, I can't just snap people's necks and drain them of blood because that's jail time. So getting to watch them do it on the show, and I'm like, yeah, that's exactly what I would do if I was in that position. Because essentially, like, what are you gonna do? What you gonna do?
Was there a way to kill them? Like, was it like not silver bullets? That's werewolves, right?
Now with the originals, the only way to kill them is there is a particular tree with white oak that helped create them. You stake them in the heart with that, it's all over. With Klaus being a hybrid, I don't think he could be killed. I don't think there was a way to kill him outside of ripping out his heart and chopping his head off at the same time. That's how you kill the hybrids for the most part. And the older you are, the stronger you are too in this world as well. That's why for me, witch/vampire. Because with the witch, there are particular covens that can't practice magic the way normal witches do. So they actually have to like, how Rogue will touch you and pretty much take your power.
Right.
So these siphons essentially have to do that. So they need a constant recharge to be able to practice magic. So I would be a heretic, if you will. Have vampire. Now with the wolf thing, you guys are talking about turning, the hybrid. You don't have that allows you to control turning. So you don't have to necessarily, you get the benefits. Let's say, because in this world, a werewolf bite to a vampire is deadly. I don't remember if it was that way in True Blood. Do you?
Not necessarily deadly.
No, I don't think deadly. I mean, it'll hurt them.
It can definitely hurt them.
Yeah, it's certainly venomous. And like once a werewolf bites a vampire in the Vampire Diary world, the only thing that can cure him is Klaus's blood because he's the hybrid. Nothing else. Yeah. It's an interesting world. Again, if you can get by the Saved by the Bella shit, which is like the first 2 seasons, the level of violence on this show is phenomenal. Oh, to go back to The Crow, I will say this about one of the fight scenes in there. You guys remember in John Wick when he body slammed a dude onto the table and then kind of punched his face backward and snapped his neck?
Yeah.
There's a particular scene like that in The Crow. Like, I'm like, man, I would love to try that in real life. And there are certain people who have pushed my buttons that would deserve something like that. But I'm like, there were some good parts to it, but again, it sucks. And so yeah, he wants to be a warlock. You want to be a warlock. You want to be a half-breed. I want to be a heretic. If you're out there listening, please feel free to let us know what you'd like to be. Now, I want to wrap this up with a player I hate in the NBA,
Oh no.
but I couldn't help but laugh. And it's because of Matt, too. Anything that happens to LeBron just makes me laugh more because I know how much Matt loves him.
You're right.
Y'all see that punk Dylan Brooks humping the shit out of LeBron.
Wait,
She
what?
has it up.
Oh yeah.
Wait, whoa. Oh
But
no.
he
No.
he heard LeBron had been to a Diddy party or two, so he figured
Let me flirt with him a little bit.
he played with him a little bit.
Bro, who plays defense with their crotch though? Like who does that? Where the hell do they do that at? Prison? Come on, man. What even was that? Why was he
Dude,
humping that man, bro? That's fucking nuts.
I don't even want to go in on that cat because I just can't stand Dylan Brooks. Like I just can't
Mhm.
stand Dylan Brooks.
Nah.
But that made me laugh. That made me laugh.
That was very sus. That was
But you
very
saw
weird.
LeBron wasn't really that mad about it.
He was enjoying it. He was
like,
enjoying
take that.
It might have been.
Yeah, take that one.
It's definitely on the table. And he was cool with it. I just don't understand why you playing defense with your crutch. That's weird, man.
That's what them boys. And dude, and folks are trying to get on John Morant
Oh, the gun.
Well, the gun
for shooting the gun thing. Now
He's doing the gun fingers.
there were clips that went back a little further, showing that it was the other guys who started it first.
Yeah.
And then him just responding to that, I guess after whatever play happened after that. So
did the other
in this
guys
particular, yeah, I think it was Buddy Yield or whatever his name
Buddy
is.
Hield,
Yield? Yeah.
But they don't have the history that Ja has with guns, though. Ja's got a history, pulling guns out on IG Live.
Yeah.
And the one where his boy was like, dude, what are you doing? Like, put that away. And like, he turned the camera real quick. It's too late. Somebody screenshot that. It's like, come on, man. Like, I don't think that was that big of a deal, but like, with the history, it's gonna be newsworthy because of who it was.
Yep.
But I'm with you. Like, I saw that, buddy, and then we're doing it back. So
they did it first, and I guess whatever play that happened after that, that was his response to them. And then what kills me is that those guys were like talking about, yo, how come you ain't giving this dude a tech or what? Like, dude, really?
They're trying to antagonize him. It's like, we know that you've got a history with guns, so we're gonna do stuff to like get in your head, bro. They're teammates with Draymond Green.
Yeah.
You know where that's at.
Draymond doesn't get anything started.
Yeah,
we got a video. We got a video with John Morant and Buddy.
What the heck were you two thinking? Gun testers? Can't be finger banging each other during the game. Buddy finger banged me first. What was I supposed to do, Adam? You're supposed to walk away. I can't let another man finger bang me and not finger bang him back. You're both in serious trouble. What? You bang him all day and everything is fine. Bang, bang, bang. Hey, you can't finger bang me without getting finger bang back. Bang, bang, bang. Bang, bang, bang. Hey, you two stop finger banging each other right now. Bang, bang, bang. Hey, you can't finger bang me. Finger banging in here.
Dwight Howard at the end.
I love that channel. I watch their videos all the time. They are so ridiculous.
Those guys kill me.
Yeah, man.
South Park season 27 coming up.
Oh.
Yeah. Oh, yes. So
South Park was still on.
Yes, sir.
So speaking of future events, we are now in the month of April. The Last of Us is coming back. Can't wait for that. Black Mirror is also coming back this month.
Mm-hmm.
And,
You?
Yep. The final season of You coming back this month.
WrestleMania is in 2 weeks.
2 weeks. Let's go.
I figured you would toss that in there. I figured
right.
you'd toss that in there.
Damn right, I'm going to toss that in there.
And hey, it's going down.
Loaded. This is a loaded month, man.
Good. Because we got some boxing coming up. We got some UFC events coming up.
Yeah.
So there's a ton of stuff coming up for this month. That's super exciting. Now,
the next UFC. Isn't it
12th? It's the 12th.
Okay.
It's Volkanovski and
Oh yeah, Volk's getting another title shot, right?
I don't think it's a title shot. I think
No?
it's a fight for a title shot.
Oh no, I'm thinking about O'Malley and
Yeah, Sean.
oh boy, that beat him for the belt. I know they're doing their rematch. I don't remember when it is, but I saw that. I saw they signed the deal for the rematch.
For sure, because I know that card with Devin Haney, Ryan Garcia, and I forget the third fight on that card, but that fight is coming out. I think it's May 4th. I'm not sure. We'll get back to that. But yeah. Ton of stuff to look forward to in April. And next week, sort of an inquiring minds kind of thing. Give you guys something to think about till then.
Hugh says that's us. Haley
Oh
Steinfeld.
yes, Sinners.
Yeah.
Hugh mentions that Haley Steinfeld has a movie coming out this month as well. Yeah, it's entitled Sinners. It's with Michael B. Jordan. It's vampires
That's like
too.
vampires, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
That looks good. That looks really cool.
Oh, she looks really hot with blood on her face.
And I like
Does that make me sick?
That racial element, like the time period and the racial element of it.
And-
like I'm with that, man.
And my wife and I watched her and Michael B. Jordan do the Hot Ones type things together. They were hilarious on that. So yeah, check that out. I think that's coming out the 12th too, or the 17th. But yeah, the movie's entitled Sinners. Haley Steinfeld and Michael B. Jordan. But for next week's Inquiring Mind, wanted to ask everyone's opinion, give you something to think about, give us an answer next week. There was a chick going viral, and she went viral for saying this: a man will put his happiness aside for his woman, but a woman will put her man aside for her happiness. Do you agree or disagree? We'll chat about that next week. Want to thank everybody for listening. Hugh, appreciate that, brother. Much love.
Hugh,
Yes,
appreciate you, man.
And let us know if you're watching this show afterwards, if Floyd would fare well against the 4 Horsemen. And what would you rather be? Vampire, werewolf, witch? Signing off, I'm Al, joined by my brothers Rick and Marcus. Peace.